Yeah, tremendous amount of discussion around the potential of the threats coming out of the U.S. for sure, and we really pivoted much of our discussions that we had originally intended at the AGM because of not only the tariff threat, but also what's happening with our own government situation here in Canada. So it was a very lively discussion, a very good discussion. People obviously are anxious. They don't know what they don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. So people are anxious and they want to talk about it. And more importantly, they want to talk about what is our reaction and how are we going to defend ourselves. So some very good discussions in that regard. Really, it's about making sure we look out for all of agriculture, and that it's a kind of a do no harm type of approach. We'll certainly be sitting down and talking with respective commodity organizations. We also have to wait and see what actually comes out of the tariff list, if there's anything. And when that happens, we're going to have to obviously probably go to government and say, okay, we can absorb some of this, but what is it you can do to help us? I mean, there's a number of short-term solutions, such as the APP increase being maintained at $3.50 to allow people to have access to more capital at 0% interest. But there's some tax tools maybe that can be used, that can be tweaked in the short term to help alleviate some of that pain while we work on the longer-term solutions around this. The BRM programs weren't typically working as well as they should be working, and a big part of that is lack of investment in the program itself. We do need the insurance part of it with respect to weather and agri recovery, agri insurance. But as far as agri stability, the enrollment rate is low, and that's primarily because it's not effective. We have Sioux Paul Ball out of the Okanagan has had 5 consecutive losses of his cherries, and now his Olympic average is 0, and that program is not helping. So we need to really take a bigger look, and we've been advocating for a number of years around the BRM program, especially around the weather aspect, that there needs to be a whole of government approach to how we handle that, not just agriculture. When you're talking about infrastructure investments, and we continue to say that the preventative maintenance that we do up front is way less expensive than the cleanup after something happens, whether it's a drought or rainfall or hurricane, whatever. So how do we get the government to look at a whole of government approach, understanding that a one size doesn't fit all, given the vastness of our country and the way the very different commodities we have. So it's ongoing conversations, but realistically, kind of in a stall board right now until we find out what's going to happen with our own politics a couple months down the road.
Right.
I think given what's happened with 282 and really some divisiveness in agriculture. And again, a lot of that conversation was purely speculative. People were taking hypothetical situations, but we don't know what would have happened should that bill actually pass. But I think that's a conversation that we need to have with our members in-house. I don't know that hearing dirty laundry in public, especially to non-members and our corporate sponsors, etc., probably would do the resolution justice. I don't think anybody's necessarily opposed to that resolution. I think it's just a better place to handle it.